Okay, we are live. Yeah, we should be live now. Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome to the Reseller Chinwag episode 11.
I can't believe you still forget the name.
Yeah, it is Chinwag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've named it as Chinwag. Yeah, sometimes I get confused.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So, okay. All right. Hi, Tis. Can I just quickly put this in in case I forget it? Hicksy's seen the title of today's chat and decided to say, Z, how can you plan time off when you don't even work? I've got to say that's a phenomenal comment. I can always count on Steve.
That's a good one.
To make it's cold, but it's a good comment.
Yeah.
It's a good comment.
Well, I did check up on you today. I did ask Steve what you were up to.
Oh yeah, because he popped around.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Silver Pirate, we've got Trisha J, Amanda, who we've got Gary Dunster as well. Anita's here, Anita Herrick. Obviously Hicksy's here as well. Leanne Lakin has joined us, as has David Morse and Mark and Malinky.
And
Wes has joined us. Kath Palmer has joined us. Karen has joined us as well. The Hyper Picker. Wow. Actually, we should probably say, we should probably take time out and just say, thank you everybody for the support that the chat's getting. It was crazy last week.
It was absolutely crazy last week. We actually couldn't believe it last week, did we?
Yeah. So, Carp Fishing has joined us as well. Mia Cameron Ali has joined us as well. Michelle. Yeah, I mean, we really have to say, a thank you to everyone, don't we? Because it's pretty amazing. So as you can see, we've got a little topic to talk about, and we'll share our experience with you. This is Reseller Chinwag, episode 11. I'm just looking at the title, admitting you reeks, because I'll forget.
Because you forget.
Yeah. Cat's Rants has joined as well. Yeah, the title is admitting you resell and the importance of planned time off.
Yeah, and we've got a little bit of story.
Yeah, we've got a story for both things, really. So, 43 people in the chat. Nigel VGM's joined us. Cat Rants joined us as well. So, what we're going to do is normal. Is we'll talk about our week. It's been a bit quieter. We're a little bit below what we have done for the last couple of weeks.
I think it's to be expected, though.
Yeah, I mean, we've spent a lot of this week sourcing. And then not listing,
which is similar to what we said last week.
You know what? You're bound to get a bit slower.
I think because it's
busyness and
it's getting into Christmas. We're starting to slow down. We realise we're not necessarily going to be able to post in time for Christmas now. So we're kind of taking our foot off the pedal a bit.
I suppose. Yeah. I mean, is there anyone else in the chat feeling a bit like that? About having taken your foot off the pedal. Are you guys still listing like demons, or do you find that you're taking a bit of a break? Because
we're still sourcing.
I mean, that's the fun part. Amanda actually says, hello Pyroline and Daniel, Nigel as well. Kube, Russell as well. So I mean, Amanda, who was it that said that? Let me just quickly check. Amanda says it's only natural that it all died down. So it's an interesting topic there.
We don't really sell certain items for Christmas.
Yeah, I think we're not Christmassy, are we?
No, we very much.
But in terms of what we
sell, items for sale, and if someone thinks it's good enough for a Christmas gift, then
they'll buy it. But we don't sell. We don't sell for Christmas. Ideally, you want new, toys and games, that kind of thing. We don't have an awful lot of that. Hicksy says he's still listing like a demon. Gary Dunster says he's got 150 Xbox games to list. And Daniel says I'm getting sales, but I'm in the custom T-shirts game. So again, maybe at this time of year that would make a really great gift. Whereas we're just selling random stuff that we find, and some of it is popular and some of it won't be.
Exactly.
Just want to answer a question from Silver Pirate, because he actually put this in before the chat started, and his question was like, when an event comes around, like a film premiere, James Bond e.g., would it be worth hoarding related items to sell around the launch date? Have you done this and did it work? We've never done that.
No, I don't think we have done it. We're not that organised in general anyway. It seems and sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah.
But we're just never that on it, are we?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the I mean, it obviously works because it's just a version or a variation of just retail arbitrage, isn't it? It's about striking while the iron is hot. So recognizing something's going to be popular and going for it. So, for example, actually, look, you're kind of like just not even in the thing. You're like,
I'm kind of in. Though.
No, look, you're like on the edge. Anyway, so it's kind of like retail arbitrage in a sense because it is really, isn't it? So you want to just make sure that you're like up to date but the trick is obviously not to get lumbered with stuff, because what if you get lumbered? That would suck. I mean, you don't want to get lumbered with anything and then be like, oh my god, I bought this.
Yeah, but if it comes down to being about a movie or something like that, it's not necessarily,
What?
You're not going to get lumbered with stuff, are you?
It depends. What if you?
Movie,
yeah, but what if you judge it wrong?
There's that, I suppose. But...
Exactly. What have we got here? Karen Barnes has asked a question. Do you guys actually shut for Christmas? I was so ill last week. I had to shut this shop for a week. There is no way I can afford to shut. Karen, we're in a similar position to you. We can't afford the shop to shut. The shop will be running as usual. We did have to shut it when we moved.
We did do it when we moved, and we kind of regretted it as well. We kind of wish we had just put a longer handling time on. Yeah. Because it was a struggle getting back into it, getting sales to come back in, although it kicked in pretty fast and then it slowed down again. Yeah,
so I mean, I would recommend Scavenger Life's method, and I'm sure I've heard Joe mention this as well from the UK reselling group, that when you're going on holiday or if you've got to take time away from it for illness or anything like that, you can just change your handling time. Putting it on holiday mode alone actually doesn't save you anyway from defects, does it? Because you've got to make sure that you put your handling time as far out as you can. So if you need a week to recover, put it on like a 10-day handling time, and that way, yes, it might slow down the amount of sales you get, but people that are buying will then not have those high expectations, and it seems to work for people, doesn't it? I mean, I think Scavenger Life go on trips for months sometimes, 2-3 months. I think
they were over in Ireland.
They were in Ireland. So I would suggest you do that if you can't afford the shop to be shut. We're the same. Leanne Lakin says eBay slowing down, but Amazon is a last minute rush. People are undercutting like crazy. Yeah, I mean,
I've noticed that actually. Amazon's been
we've been getting a few sales on Amazon, which we're happy about. Some stuff that's been there for a while, so pretty happy. A lot of people mentioning they're slowing down a little bit. Trisha says yes, looking forward to a quieter week. Jason Entwistle as well. Yes, I felt sales have dropped for the last few days, says Mia Cameron Ali. Freckle says drinking a lot, listing not so much. Rudy says good evening. So that is definitely going to happen. Things are going to things are going to maybe slow down a little bit, but then they'll peak again when people have spending money in their back. I mean, even on Christmas Day people go shopping. I mean, it'll be in the news like it is every year. Loads of people spending billions of pounds online or something on Christmas Day. Right, won't it? They will
every year. It happens.
Every year they put that out there, don't they? Like oh, people just get bored, don't they? Yeah, people just get bored on Christmas Day, and they're like,
Guess what? You got your phones, you got eBay.
Yeah, you got 4G wherever you are, and it's pretty good. Noka says I've been concentrating on FBA, so eBay has slowed down. I'll be taking all next week off and then starting again in January. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to be doing that, taking a bit of time off. So, it works that way. Quick question, start the day off. How has reselling changed your life in the last year? Ask Carp Fishing. Like massively.
Yeah. Well, for me, massively.
Yeah.
I was doing crazy hours, so
yeah.
I mean, not saying that I don't do crazy hours now, but it's for ourselves.
Yeah, it's for yourself, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's massively changed.
Massively
it allowed us to do the move and whatnot.
Yeah,
so
more time with the children.
Exactly.
We're quite flexible about what school events we can go to, and
exactly. A lot of people are keeping their shops open. Some people are going away, but keeping your shop open. So it's one of those things. Let's have a look. Yeah, a lot of people are still doing that. All right. We've got 60 people in here now, so thank you very much for watching. We're going to get on to the topic. So we've got 2 topics lined up to talk to you guys about. Before we do, we're going to answer Daniel's question.
I know, because it's quite a good question.
Yeah. How do you pay your eBay fees? I like to do one-time payment. I find it better than paying it all off in one go. Amanda's the same. I want to do that.
Yeah.
But I always end up having to pay like hundreds of pounds at the end of the month.
Which is really frustrating because I mean, I would prefer to do it as you go along.
Yeah. I want to get into that habit.
We are.
That's actually something I'm going to write down. I'm going to start paying daily. Pay off some daily. It's definitely a better way to do it because it's not your money anyway.
That amount at the end.
Well,
it's just like.
Well, it's kind of like if you've got a PayPal working capital, they take the money daily when you make a sale.
Yeah.
So really, when you make a sale on eBay, you should just pay the fees that they're going to take because you've got to pay the fees eventually. So why not just do it at the time? I know a lot of people say this, and I also don't understand. I mean, if anyone has an understanding why, it would be great to know why eBay don't automatically just take the money from. Just like PayPal do. So when the money goes into your PayPal account, they've already taken their fees, haven't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, they do. You don't get your full amount. They just take the fees. So why don't eBay just take their cut as well at the same time?
Jimmy White's just said like Amazon do. So
yeah. So I'd prefer that. I don't like the big bill at the end of the month, but it's what I do at the moment. But I'm aiming to move towards that level there.
We'd prefer it that way anyway.
I mean, I'll pay. That's the thing. I mean, you can't. You can't set it up, Gary. That's the thing. Like Gary Dunster asked, how is it done? You can't do it like that. That's what I would like. I'm the same as you. I pay at the end of the month.
I think you have to physically go in there and pay.
We're actually middle of the month, aren't we? We are.
Well, you say middle of the month, but it kind of generates.
It generates the statement in the middle, and then it takes it at the end.
Like a week or 2 weeks after, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Anita says, I pay mine monthly, just leave the money in eBay. In for eBay to take at the end of the month. I leave the money.
I think that's our problem though, is because we don't leave it in that pot because we are using it to kind of live off of as well. That is that is an issue.
I think that's the thing. We're always dipping in and out, aren't we? So all right. Carp Fishing's got a quick question. Do you feel a lot more relieved now you haven't got working for the Bean Man? In the back of your mind, you can focus on the business. I definitely think so. I mean, I think you're happier because I'm happier. Or
I'm happier because you're happier. You don't look as stressed. And we actually drove past it the other day, and we both looked at it and we just went, I'm so glad that didn't work.
24 hours a day that place is open. Okay. Anyway, we are now going to. Thanks for all the questions, by the way, guys. Keep them coming. Anita, no, we wouldn't use a franking machine. It just doesn't seem necessary for us. We're quite happy with the Hermes, and I like the flexibility. I don't want to be tied into a machine and because you have to pay for their supplies because they control, from what I'm aware, it's not just that they give you a machine and then you run out of ink and you buy some more ink or anything. It's like a credit system, isn't it, where you have a certain amount of credits.
I used to have one at the surgery.
So you know more about it then. So what do you think?
It's not a very good idea.
No, it's not. Well, I mean,
it's just that simple.
Yeah.
No, from our point of view, it's like you had to buy the cartridges from them.
Yeah.
And it was like a monthly phone call would always come through. And
do you need more cartridges,
and it was like,
or you need more cartridges? We can tell you need more cartridges, isn't it? Because they've got full control of you. Yeah. It's too controlled.
It's just nothing. Yeah, it's not something that I want to.
I think with shipping, there's always really good offers out and about as well. Like if you for example use Parcel to Go, and you load up your account, they will give you discounts. So if you're going to spend X £100 a month on shipping, if you put X £100 a month in, I think for every £100 they used to give, I don't know if they still do it, but I think they give you like £5. So it's just one of those things. Let's have a look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the topic now.
I forgot what we were.
I forgot what we were. This is
See, it's because we haven't got a little list in front of us.
Okay. We want to talk about admitting whether you admit you resell or not. Now, we've got both sides of the experience, I think, haven't we?
I think so.
Yeah, we've had when we're talking about admitting you resell, I'm talking about, are you comfortable letting people know that you're buying off them with the express intent of selling on, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, we've got both sides of that experience.
Yeah.
But the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because we had a recent experience which was a bit funny.
It was a bit weird.
When I say funny, I meant awkward.
Yeah,
it was a bit awkward.
For you because you went to
it was awkward.
House, but,
Okay. Right, I want to talk about the benefits of saying yes, I'm a reseller, or being open about it. Right.
Yeah.
Now, down south, it hasn't happened up here yet, I don't think, where I've just openly said it. I don't think. Well, but a couple of people. But down south, I had a local shop, an M-House branch.
A local
M-House.
It's a charity shop.
Now it's a bit weird, because I was going in there and I was. It was weird because it was unsaid.
It was like they knew what you did, but it was just never said.
They were happy because they were happy when they saw me because I mean, for example, I'd go in. I was a regular customer. I would go there every day without fail.
And sometimes twice a day.
Sometimes twice a day, 3 times a day. So I'd found, this place. They were brilliant.
It was fantastic.
It was great. It was a game changer for us, wasn't it? In a way. It shows how important it can be to find somewhere like that. Now we like I said, I went there daily, sometimes more than once, and I was buying loads of stuff, right? And there's only you can only go so far that it's for your collection, unless you're just a big hoarder or something. But even then, it becomes not likely because I mean, your way around it was, I play around with it for a bit and then I sell it on. But that didn't last because I was buying so much from them. But they were cool with it.
Yeah.
Even though it was unsaid, they knew because I was buying lots of stuff.
And they were offering you good prices.
And they were offering, exactly. And they were they started offering me good prices because I was buying a lot of stuff and stuff wasn't just left sat around. And they also knew that they wouldn't have any hassle.
Yeah.
Because as you guys know, that a lot of places pat test an item. A pat test is an electrical safety test. It's not a function test. So they might plug in an item into a machine and the machine tells them that this is safe to sell. Doesn't mean it actually works. No. It could just be faulty, right? But with me, I'd be obviously irrelevant of whether it works or not. I was taking it. I was taking the hit if it didn't. It didn't bother.
The thing is, we were getting the stuff so cheap.
Yeah.
It was
good prices.
We didn't really have much.
We didn't care. And we were buying volume, so it worked out in that case that they kind of knew, even though we didn't say yes. Darren Smart there in the chat, he says, yes, I collect games, Barbie dolls, shirts from all teams and ladies' clothes. Got a problem with that? I think think that's like I think that's that's how you'd have to put it. You know, and Chris says, but it's for your nephews.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. You know, we've got endless amount of family members.
And Carp Fishing has asked a relevant question. Did you tell/admit to the police you were a reseller when they came to you that day? Yes, I did.
We did.
I kind of Cora's in the chat. Hello. I straight away told them because I was like, well, you know, I need them to know.
Well, and also, he was asking whether we had an invoice.
Well, I mean, he came
when
in
you come in here and you see like
exactly. but also, he wanted to know whether I had an invoice. So it was like, I buy stuff and I sell it, and he knew it was on eBay. So that's what happened. Jason Entwistle said, no, it's for one of my hundreds of family members or my friend's sister. That's the thing. It works, but like I said, in the situation where we were going back to this place, it works in our favor for them to know, right? And also, I knew down south a house clearance guy who also noticed me because I used to go to auctions a lot, and he noticed me going to the places, and he was cool because he knew I was a reseller, so he'd actually try to do me deals as well because he knew I was going to resell it. So you know, it's definitely important to pick your moments, I think, but it worked. Yeah, it worked.
Definitely.
Now, so that was a really good
that was more of a positive.
That was a positive.
In our favor,
so I would say, and lots of people have said that. I mean, the Joe selling for pennies, who has got some really amazing contacts at his boot sales who hold back stuff for him. So whether that be, you know, trainers, video games, whatnot. So it's, you know, like really good in that sense that it can work for you. Now, the other side of the coin, I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat. So like I said, Cora's popped in, Jason here, Chris A. If I'm honest and say, if you want to sell it for what it's worth, deal with hoarding the stuff, says Gary. That's an honest way of putting it. Sadia says, my name's Zahir and I'm a reseller, like it's like an AA meeting, you know, like
that reminds
you of Fight Club.
No,
Fight Club.
Finding Nemo.
Oh, when they go to the when the Bruce the shark comes and Dory gets up on stage and goes, hi, I'm Dory and I've never eaten a fish. That was awesome. It reminds me of that, and it reminds me of Fight Club. Because they, when he plays, he's like a health tour. He goes to all the groups. Okay. Let's have a look. So, Rudy says, never shout about being a reseller. A lot of people can't stand that. See, that's the other side of it.
Well,
yeah.
We're going to kind of
our next experience, or the thing that kind of caused us to put this in as a topic on the chat, was we recently went on to like my local Facebook buying and selling group. Now, obviously, we've
been buying quite a lot through there, haven't we?
I have. And there was a lady there that was having a clear out because she was moving, right? She was selling all kinds of stuff. First, she was selling like Le Creuset.
And we picked up a couple of bits from her earlier on in the week.
We had. And then she put up an Amazon tablet. So you can see we've bought it. So you know that we've bought the tablet from her. Now, she put this up on eBay, on the Facebook group, and she was only asking a tenner for it. Now, which is a great price for a tablet. You know, I was onto that. Now, the weird thing is because obviously I use my Facebook profile, and I've got like a Facebook page as well, which is called Zahir's Reselling. So it's, you know, I need to really think about that, don't I? I mean, but I've got a page called Zahir's Reselling, which I kind of share like my links and like if I do a cool sale or something, you know, I want to build that page so that, you know, we have like a community of guys, you know, such as yourselves on YouTube coming over to that as well. That would be really awesome for us. Now, so what happened is she laughingly commented when I'd said, I'll take it for a tenner, that's fine, and we had some banter on the previous deal, so we were getting on really well, and she kind of left a weird message saying, oh, you're going to resell this, aren't you, with like a laughing face. And I was like, I kind of said, no, I just said, oh no, it's too cool to resell. So I chickened out of admitting I was a reseller, right? And then you know, well, then what happened was when I was like, if that's fine, I'll come and pick it up. And so I went to her house to buy it for a tenner. Bear in mind, that's the only discussion I've had. And magically at the door, she's like, oh, someone's offered me 30. And I was like, oh, right. And she's like, oh, but you can have it for 20. So my alarm bells are ringing because it's like, okay, someone's offered you 30 quid, but you're going to take 20 off of me instead. Like,
has she checked out your Facebook page? Got clicked on your profile because you don't hide any of your information. Your information is all out there, and you can't hide your reselling page anyway. It's it was kind of awkward because she could have easily messaged me on Facebook to say someone's offered me 30, because I would have believed that, but the fact that she just sprung it on me there and then, I was kind of awkward about it. But luckily she'd shown, because it was in my hand, she'd shown me it and she was like, oh, someone's offered me 30. So, she kind of tried to sell it to me, like get into my hand. That's like a sales technique, isn't it? Get the item into. But anyway, I'd managed to check this out, and luckily I saw that it was better than she thought it was. Because I think she thought it was like an original edition or whatever. But this is actually like a 32 gig model because it had like 27 gigs available. So even at 20, I was happy to buy it, right? It really smart to pay over the double the money, because I'd made a deal at 10, right? And so 20, I was like, it was double. She just doubled it on the spot, basically because she must have seen I was a reseller, because obviously the comment and everything, she's done that. And I was a bit kind of like, take a gulp, because I could have left it and been like, the thing is, there's still profit in this, and this is exactly why we still
these have gone for near 50, so haven't they? They've gone for like 50 or something. So I was like, okay, and it should be a quite quick sale because it's like a tablet, right? So I was a bit upset about it, but I didn't let it show or anything, and I just kind of just paid up and to pay the 20 quid and left. But it did really get me thinking about just how you've got to keep it separate. I mean, just having a look at the comments here. Sadia said that I haven't even told most of my family that I'm a reseller. They wouldn't understand why I've left a career to deal in tat. I mean, that's a different problem altogether, but I completely. Carp says, bet she's watching you now. Amanda says, although you have a reselling Facebook page, I just looked at your Facebook profile and can't see anything related to reselling. Fantastic. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you, Amanda. All right. It was good when it was bigger before he lost the weight. Got the push shares being pregnant. Okay. Lost the weight. Got a lot of push shares being pregnant. Whole sets for under a tenner. Wow. Well, I mean, still, it's better to have lost the weight, I would say. From a health perspective, that's what I'm going to do as well, to be honest. But you invested 10 quid of time to get it, says Chris A. I mean, luckily it was just down the road. Smart Reselling says, the one time I did admit to being a reseller when buying, the lady told me to put the item down as she doesn't sell to resellers. I mean, that's such a peculiar attitude to have. I mean, that's isn't it?
It's almost like a dirty word, isn't it? Really, a reseller.
But
I don't understand it. But then I suppose that's because we're in it. So.
But it's more than that. It's just illogical because you are paying what they're asking.
There's two different experiences, because some people, when you speak to them, but then again, I suppose like the people we speak to, we're not necessarily always buying off them. And when you openly admit to the people that what you do, they're like, oh well, I
just find it a bit weird because it's a case of you're paying them what they want. It's not like you're paying them less. You're paying them what they want, but they don't. It's just they don't like the idea that you could potentially make money off of.
My argument to that
is obviously
the risks that we're taking. The fact that you could get a refund, the fees that are involved. We're offering a service, like a long service.
So, I mean, that's just it, isn't it? I mean, it's just a bit of a weird one. I mean, that didn't work in our favor. she assumed maybe because I'd bought, and maybe she'd seen that I was buying other things.
Yeah, I mean,
because I've been quite active.
We had actually bought quite a few things in that group that week. So, it was something that kind of we sat there and thought, maybe it's because of the amounts that we were buying in.
Where's my chainsaw trousers?
Yeah.
I mean, we bought these as well, so she might have seen that I was on the group buying chainsaw trousers, crusette patterns, and
we buy
tablets.
All sorts.
But the guys, these are awesome. I just wanted to share these with you quickly. Picked these up for a bargain of 12 quid, really. Steel chainsaw pants, and they're awesome.
They're just all
lined pants, so that it snags the chainsaw up. I was told in the chat. So I'm really happy with those, but it happens, really. It happens. Darren just told one lady on Gumtree, as she was wondering why I wasn't trying on the shoes I was buying. She said, I could sell on eBay myself, but I'm decorating the bedroom, and it means I can buy the wallpaper in the morning. I mean, that's brilliant.
But that's the thing. I don't think people are.
Yeah, when you push them to it, they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But they don't like you doing it.
We've come across so many people at the boot sale. Yeah. And I don't think it's been a negative experience, but we've come across so many people. They're like, yeah, I would do eBay, but it's just
they can't bother or this. Yeah. I mean, I actually found sometimes people share like like people's terms and conditions on eBay. I found one which was insanely funny. I've got to share it. I've got to remember what the item was. But this guy had gone to some extreme lengths in his kind of descriptions and things like that. It was weird. It was like he'd gone to massive lengths as to why you can't, why he won't post. And why most eBay sellers won't post anymore. He was going through each country saying why it's difficult to post. It was just the weirdest thing I've seen. It's like some people don't want to sell on eBay, but at the same time they don't want you to make any money. It's very, it's kind of a real weird mindset. It's like they want to sell their stuff, but they don't want you to make any money. If they know you're making money off it, it offends them. They just want you to have the item for cheap and just use it for yourself. They feel they're being conned, I suppose, in a weird way, because they're like,
you're going to make of it as well. I will say we quite happily buy secondhand stuff for ourselves and use stuff.
Well, yeah, we do both. So you kind of.
But yeah, when it comes on to like reselling, it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is a weird one, isn't it? Really.
It is.
It is a dodgy situation, really. Let's have a look at some of the comments. I sold a work colleague's broken flat screen TV for £23. She gave or spares for the £23 she gave me. Then told her months later I was a reseller, and now she said she'll find some more stuff for me for free. That's called Silver Pirate. Cool. Amanda says that her buyer recognized no hanging around waiting for the sale, etc. Karen Barnes says don't buy off Facebook anymore. And Cora says you're there to sell it, so sell it, doesn't matter who to, right? Well, in theory,
I mean, that's the way we see it. But
Hixie says, you said it's like a dirty word. He says he can think of dirtier words. Okay, so that's fine. Cora says, but making money comes with risk and effort. Of course, that's the whole thing, isn't it? But they don't want you. It's weird. They can't be bothered to put the effort in yet.
I don't think it's that they can't.
Well, no, they can't. They don't want to take the risk or whatever it is. They don't want to. It was weird. Silver Pirate says I bought some turtle figures this week in a charity shop for 50p each, and the lady said to me, if these are collectible, you should pay more. I said I have no idea, and I'll find out, won't I? I mean, it's a bit of a weird one. It is. I don't like having to be like that, because I think what we do is valuable. I've said this before. I feel that we provide a really important service because we're willing to sell and ship to places that most people won't. I've sold things to the far reaches. I've sold things to some tiny islands in like the Indian Ocean and stuff. It's weird. It's like most people won't do that. It's
not necessarily being sold within the UK.
And so but it's like you're providing a service then, aren't you? Because it's weird anyway. Okay. 90% of customers at boot sales are resellers, says Gary. Anyway,
yeah,
it's most likely that a lot. Well, I mean, I don't think that it's the most. I don't know. I think people do get up early and go for bargains for themselves as well. I do think people do shop there. I know we do as well. We're happy to shop there for stuff ourselves. But yeah, it's
we do look for bits and pieces at boot sale. You know, we're there anyway, and if we can get something cheap for the house, we will.
Why not? Yeah, I mean, it's just the way we are, really.
Yeah.
Question from Darren Smart. How do you go about telling someone you're a reseller who you've already used the nephew for my collection excuse to? You can say that time was true, maybe, but you know,
that was true,
but
that time.
But I am also a reseller.
Yeah.
You know, it happens. Jeff Best says, "Damn, you missed the start. Too busy watching Emmerdale." No worries, no worries. That's fine. I mean, it does make a difference to people, though. I will say, like, the odd times when my daughters come to the boot fair because she wants to buy dolls for herself, people will sell her stuff really cheap.
They do.
And
they really do.
Just when so you guys,
dolls and teddy bears and things like that. If Zara's along with me,
she gets to keep this stuff because we don't buy them toys new because
we don't use her to kind of get
we don't use her, which maybe we should, but I don't know. She wouldn't do it anyway.
No, she wouldn't.
She only comes.
She's like, this is mine.
Yeah, she only comes because she knows she's getting toys.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and if she's not getting toys, she doesn't want to come. She'll be like, no, I'm not going. And so she'll come to get dolls and all that kind of stuff. And they do give so it's not that people just want the stuff to go to a good home, as it were. I think some of that we have to recognize as resellers. Some of it is that they want, you know, they just want it to go to a good home. You know, they don't want it to just be like, you know, they don't just want it to be going to the grubby hands of a reseller that's going to put it on eBay, you know. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So I think we have to take it into account. Mark says, Mark makes a good comment. I think there are too many to see others get on. There seems to be a different attitude in America. I would unfortunately agree with that because it just seems to be that there's more entrepreneurial spirit. People over there are much happier to accept that, you know, you've got to make money. You know, it's one of those things. So, you know, it's just weird. Let's have a look. Anita says, I just say I'm sending stuff abroad and they never question that. That's probably a good thing. And then Ad says, I just buy some things from my collection, other things I sell on. So I mean, it's an interesting topic. It's one that comes up a lot because I think it's something that we all want to be proud of it, don't we? We work hard. You know, you guys out there work hard. I work hard, you know, to make the income that I make. And I want to be proud of it and open about it, but it's not for everybody. I mean, we are being relatively open by having a YouTube channel, right? So, you know,
we're not hiding the fact.
No, we're not hiding it. I mean, our landlord knows, our neighbours know. You know, they've been pretty cool with it. And so it's one of those situations. Anyway, that is the first topic that we wanted to discuss. We hope you found that interesting because it's like a perennial, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a perennial, hardy perennial. Look at that term, like TV. It's a hardy perennial. Okay, the next thing we wanted to talk about, and this has been just, I mean, I was going to show some stuff I've picked up, but let's do it another time. Before I move on,
do a separate video.
Yeah. Well, we said that last time as well.
We've been saying about this video all week.
Yeah.
We've really got to do a whole video.
Ads has actually said, I think being young helps. I get a better response most of the time. People say, oh, that's great, making yourself a little extra money. Yeah. I mean, see, we haven't got that bit.
We haven't.
Well, there you go. Gary says, I say at boot sale, you ever want to keep it or get rid of it, but do you have to sum up people at but you do have to sum up people at boot sales. Okay, yeah, you kind of have to judge them, I suppose, definitely. Cora says, pretty sure our neighbours think we're mad. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's good, I suppose, if they know what you do, because then that would explain the craziness.
That's the thing, like down south, our neighbours didn't know what we did.
Yeah, and it was awkward because we'd get like a pallet of bags
just dropped on the driveway.
No, it was, yes, and we had to move it in. All right, now let's have a look. I see Amazon sent out first drone this week. Can't we send them out to buy it? I don't know. Okay. I am going to now move on to the next, or we are going to move. I keep saying I. Sorry.
That's right.
You sure? Yeah. Okay. We are going to move on.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We're going to move on to the next topic, and this has been a massive, awesome revelation, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we are going to talk about planned time off. All right. Now, this is huge. This is like the most epic thing. It's like we found something almost. Now, what I mean by planned time off, what we mean by planned time off is in advance giving yourself a day off. We haven't done that for a while.
No.
Yeah.
We actually sat down the other day and we couldn't remember the last time we took a day off. I mean, yeah. And it was just, we were getting to the point where we were tired. We weren't being very productive. We're still not productive now, to be honest.
No, we are more productive. we're like more productive, right? Yeah, like a whole day.
Like a whole
day
off.
Cora is shocked and appalled by this because we've got a day, like a whole day. Yes, it is so important.
We didn't just take like an hour or two
out. We took the whole day. And
the whole day
it's really weird because we hadn't taken time off. We realized we hadn't taken time off for ages. Now the problem is we weren't being as productive because even every day we were out there, we were like, okay, let's get to work. But we weren't ever firing, I don't think, on all cylinders. We were getting tired.
It felt like we were constantly working throughout the day.
We just weren't getting as much done.
We were physically just feeling really drained, really tired. Our girls kept complaining. That all we do is talk about work.
I mean, it was one of those situations where like sometimes you need to take a proper break. Because we'd done this before where we'd been so tired, we'd say F it, taking the rest of the day off, or I'm not going to work this now. I was planning to, but now I'm not going to. But all that does when you do it like on an impromptu basis, like say you just do it on a whim, you feel a bit crappy about it. I think we found that we felt,
because we had taken like afternoons like that. We had just come home from like day outsourcing or checking out an auction or whatever. We'd come home and we'd go, oh, I really should list, or I really should take photographs. And then it was just like, no, I'm tired. And then you just kind of waste hours. I think it was just wasting hours, and I hate that. I really hate that.
You weren't being as good. Now the weird thing is when we took the time off, and this will kind of answer your questions in the chat here. Cora asked, what did you do for the day? Me and Helen don't know what we'd do if we took a day off. We thought we'd just relax, we got up calmly, we just felt better. Now the funny thing is, because we felt better, we thought we'd take a stroll down to the high street and get like a lunch.
We were just going to go for a wander, really. We went out for lunch.
We ended up going around every charity shop. we came out with stacks of stuff. Like, because we were getting to the point where we were like going around charities. Say we hadn't taken the time, before we'd taken this day off, we were going around the shops, but we'd eventually I'd get a bit kind of tired, and then I'd just kind of speed through the shops
and
without
really
looking properly. We weren't looking properly or anything. This time it was a pleasure. It was like it was a pleasure. It was like I felt like I was shopping in Harrods, or it was lovely. You were going in, and magically like the universe was looking after us. We went into a shop, and I don't know if I got this. Did I get this or not?
I think that was one.
I'm not sure if I got this. This is like an awesome. No, I might not have. I think this is before. No, this is British Airways. That doesn't count. But we got 2 bags of Sylvanian families for a tenner, and there's like 2 sets in here. and a little family. We got that for a tenner. We got some cool clothes, and we've got loads of cool clothes. I think I got like a ski jacket or something. I don't know. We got loads. I can't even remember what we got.
We'll have to do a video. Yeah. That's what it comes down to.
No, we don't have to do a video necessarily, but we just got, bottom line is we got loads of stuff and we enjoyed it. We took our time in each charity shop, and this was our day off, but we were loving it. That was the difference. Whereas before, because we were just on a treadmill situation, and we love sourcing anyway, but we were finding that because you're robotically doing it every day, it became too robotic, and it was like, no, okay, yes, they've got something there. That, like, you were just going in and then leaving onto the next one. This is the first time in ages, I think, that we went round methodically, calmly, and we enjoyed every rail that was there. We looked through every item. We milked it, and it was awesome. So yes, we ended up doing a lot of work, but I think it was the fact that we'd told ourselves. And then we expected that to be our day off. It just changed the whole day, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it really did.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was just insane.
It was so relaxed, and then
you
know, when you come home, and then like by that time the children were home, and you know, getting dinner done, and
exactly, it was like everything happened. And we still went for a nice lunch, you know, with our bags of swag.
We went to the pub.
We had lovely lunch. And then we came home and we sorted some of the stuff or priced it up, but for fun.
Yeah.
Like priced it up anyway. I think we didn't do much sorting. Yeah. And then because we had a productive day like that, it was cool. And then we just like chilled. I think. Then I think we watched some telly. Yeah. Didn't we?
Yeah.
And then and for the first time in ages, all right, I'm a big fan of playing games. Right, I've been a gamer for many years, as a lot of guys my age have, and check out my green PC if you haven't seen it. That's my PC. Got LED RAM and graphics card. It's a beast PC. That's my PC, right? Now the funny thing is, I've not sat down and played games in ages.
No.
That was the first time in ages. I think I think I did like how many hours of 2 hours? I think it was 2 hours. 2 hours of streaming Daisy, and that made me so happy.
You threw loads of flares.
Yeah, I'm. The Daisy is this really amazing game where you survive. It's like playing The Walking Dead. That I just survived, and I was shite at it.
Apart from
throwing flares.
How long was it? 40 minutes of sitting in the corner and going, "I'm scared."
Yeah, but I was scared because there were zombies around, right? So it was one of those things. So I was, it was one of those things. I was like. But I think telling yourself that, and that was the first time in ages I did that, and it was the first time in ages that you sat and did whatever you did.
I watched you play Daisy.
You watched me. Yeah, it's the first time you did that in ages. So, okay. It's just funny. It's something that you have to do. I mean, it really does help, and Dad says, like, my business is my life. Of course it is. It's a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. Reselling is a lifestyle for us.
I mean, the thing is, if we had got questions on items for eBay or anything like that, we would have obviously answered them.
We did. I think someone was talking about checking the phones. Yeah, we did that, but we don't find that an issue. Of course, we love to check our phones to see if any Amazon sales had gone through, and we had some eBay sales and whatever. And it was brilliant. Of course, it was absolutely brilliant. So, that's what it was. Let's have a look. I'm pretty. So it ended up being a really productive work day, but with some gaming and a nice lunch. It was really good. I absolutely loved that, and you have to.
And we will try and do it more
because we were taking breaks, weren't we? But we were doing them impromptu. We were like, "Oh, I'm too tired. I'm not going to work. Let's take some time off." And we felt bad about it.
We actually said at the weekend, we
said,
like,
"Okay,
right,
this Wednesday
is our day off."
Yeah.
So we knew ahead of time
that was our day, and we were looking forward to it, weren't we?
Yeah.
Which then had an impact of us being more productive as well.
Yeah, on the Thursday.
Because we were looking, and before, because we were looking forward to the day off. So that's how we found it. Your guys' mileage may vary, but that's it. Let's have a look. Maybe the reason a lot of resellers don't like to take time off is because it doesn't feel like it's a lifestyle you have to escape, like a 9-to-5 job. Good point, Mark. It could well be. I think it just comes down to how you're feeling. We were just feeling drained a bit. I think it just made us feel a lot better, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I mean, it works for us, and I think, like I said, it's planning time off. I mean, when you have a job, even a 9-to-5, whatever, they give you 2 days off a week. This is probably our first day off, and in the end we didn't take day off. In the end, we did some sourcing, which was really good. But my point is, this is the first day off mentally that we set ourselves. I think that is what was so amazing. Let's have a look. Some questions and things. All right. We have got a question from Daydream Carer. I was reading on a forum that men resellers were complaining about women reselling, saying that women always lowball prices on items and bring prices down. Thoughts? That sounds like a very divisive question.
I'd have to disagree with that.
I think we'll leave.
I overprice stuff, so.
Yeah, I think, but that's a divisive question anyway. Let's have a look. Richard Hale says, I have a full-time job, so come home, start reselling. My weekends are taken up buying and selling, but it does not feel like work. Enjoy my weekends, even though I'm working for myself. Yeah. So that's just awesome. I hats off. Hixie asks, what's it like having 7 days a week of Z and playing Daisy? Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Ad says, Z the Flare King says, Darren, yes, I now know how to do more things in Daisy than just flares, but
he can pick up empty cans as well.
No, I had. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about Daisy. We're here to talk about some stuff here. Right. I spend 2 to 3 hours in a charity shop on a Saturday. I have a chat with a lot of different managers. It's very nice. That's like my time off. Wow. Fair enough. Fair enough, Adam. Carp Fishing Adventures question: what games do you play or used to play? Age of Empires. I used to love that. I never really got into Age of Empires, but there we go. Let's have a look. God. Okay, talking about my gameplay.
Wait, what's funny?
Okay, seriously, you guys need to stop sourcing and concentrate on listing. You have to get your listings to above 1,000. So many resellers get caught up in sourcing and forget to list. Yeah, listing is always important. That goes without saying.
Listing is always important, but I don't necessarily agree to get into a certain amount of listings either.
There's no set number really.
It's about what's comfortable and what works for you. So I would say that.
There's some Game Talk Cora saying they've got Overcooked and they're going to be playing that. Fallout 4. There we go.
I used to play Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Well, Fallout anyway.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Gary Dunster says, Z, did you see my New Year's comment? No, I didn't see it. So you might have to put it in again.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I can't find it. I'm scrolling back up. Yeah, I'm not sure I can find it there. Yeah, I didn't see that. Daydream Care says, I take Sunday 1 p.m. off all the way to 6 p.m. Sunday. There we go. Okay. I love this. I know I'll be doing some form of work on Christmas Day. So yes, booking a day off, says Cora. Okay, let's have a look. Ad says, I do 3 or 4 lots of 2-hour stints of work throughout the day. So hence why I don't burn out. I feel it's easier that way. Feels like every day is a day off. Yeah, I mean, that could work. I mean, the thing is, I think we've got enough interruptions with,
Yeah, I mean, our day is kind of interrupted quite.
I hate saying interrupted because it's the kids and stuff, but we have to take into consideration our day starts when they go.
We want to be there to kind of
talk to them and sort them out for tea and dinner and things like that. And we've always got washing. The washing machine never stops in this house. Just it's constantly.
But again, it's something that we've actually learned had to learn is about prioritizing.
It is.
Yeah.
Daydream Carer asks, what new area of products are you looking to start selling in 2017? It's
I don't know. We're always looking for something.
Whatever really. Whatever comes across our path. It's it's one of those things. Carp Fishing Adventures asks, have you showed your daughters what you do, and do they see you have more time now? Yes, they both know what we do, and yes, they appreciate the fact that we are there for them, which is brilliant.
Yeah, so they barely used to see me before.
Because I've been doing this for a couple of years, so they've grown used to that. But with Rebecca, definitely they really appreciate that.
And they spend a lot of time.
Yeah. Anita Hitchcock asks, do you get any collections in, like coins or stamps ever? That's something that we've never gotten into. I really don't know. I just don't know about that stuff.
Never tried that sort of stuff.
Yeah. No. I like to have some level of kind of passing interest at least.
Yeah.
In
not saying it's not something that we wouldn't be interested in. It's just that I suppose we don't really know a great deal about it.
No. And to be honest, we don't come across it. I've not really seen, like, I mean, you see the odd bits at auctions, but people pay up and then it's like
goes quite high.
Yeah, so it's like Daydream Carer says, fair enough. For me, psychologically, getting past 1,000 listings really helped me to focus on my reselling business.
And I'd just like to say, like, for us as well, I mean, we were always kind of reaching for like that higher number. But then when we got to a point, we just went, we've got to shift some of this stuff. Yeah. I mean, we got to, what was it, 800 listings?
Nearly 900,
we started questioning,
I think. Yeah.
You know, did we really want to sit on like 1,000 listings?
Yeah, I mean, it's because of the items we pick up. We don't really pick up many small items, do we?
I mean, everyone's different. Everyone
we
deals with their business differently.
That's that was how we felt.
I just want to stress that. Is that, although everyone has like a number in their head that they want to get to. I suppose.
I mean, eventually, I'm sure we will break it, but ideally, it'll be with items that we want to break it with. I suppose that's the thing. At the moment, we're not necessarily happy with our inventory.
I think that was it. I think we got to a point where we had quite a lot of low-end items, and we were like, no, we've got to get like higher end stuff coming into the store, otherwise it's just
exactly. Cora's got a question. What are you looking forward to most about 2017, especially being in a new house and in a new area? I've got to say, I'm looking forward to spending our first summer and getting a full car boot sales season in.
Yeah, we came towards the end, didn't we?
Yeah, we came right in like August.
When I say that, well,
but we missed a good 3 months, and we weren't.
When we came up here at the beginning of August, we
weren't all going to boot fairs all the time. And that's probably what we're looking for.
Proper boot sale season.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Let's have a look. Well, it is now coming up to it's coming up to 8 o'clock nearly. Quite a few comments coming in, really appreciate them. Daydream Carer says, we need to come make a road trip to Manchester. There's some awesome electronics and charity shops. Personally, I don't sell electronics, but I'm always thinking Zahir would love this. Thanks for letting us know.
We haven't really ventured into Manchester much. Although it's quite close to us, we really haven't been there.
I think part of it is just knowing the area, finding those honey holes, and we're still getting used to it. So I think 2017 for us is going to be about really getting our feet under the table. We feel a lot more comfortable now than we did anyway when we our first moves. Definitely. So it's something. Let's have a look. Question from Amanda. Anyone else pop into their eBay stockroom and pick out some Christmas presents? Yes. Amanda, that's a fantastic question. And yes, we did it. Yes, we did it. We did it today.
Yeah, not saying what though.
No, in case. We picked out some gear from our stock. Which we were like happy to give as gifts.
And obviously took it down off of eBay, so it doesn't sell the stuff.
Exactly.
So we like,
exactly. It's definitely done. It's definitely done.
So yes.
Okay. Everyone's getting stock gifts. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. We will wish you a Merry Christmas.
We will.
In case we don't see you before.
I believe we're going to be back next week.
Are we going to have another chat before?
I think so, because it's the 23rd.
Hixie's trying to angle for a present. It's not going to happen. It's the 23rd. I don't know. I think we might be doing it.
Yeah,
we will be doing it. Okay, we will be doing it. Yeah. So we will have one more show just before. Really appreciate everyone popping in.
Yeah.
Everyone who enjoyed it, please smash the like button. I really appreciate it. Gary, what was the New Year's question? Send it to me and I'll answer it next time.
No, what was it?
I've forgotten it.
Can you quickly type?
Yeah. Yes, Daniel, I sold the drum machine. We're talking about pallet wrap.
Pallet wrap. Okay.
I don't know.
You just got it.
Okay. All right. Anyway, we're gonna go now, guys. Anyway, hopefully we'll sort out your question next time, Gary.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And we will see you next time. And thanks for smashing the like button. It's appreciated. See you guys later.
See you.